Welcome to the Fitchburg Municipal Airport, July 28th, 2021 Airport Commission meeting. Airport meeting begins 6:02. I'd like to recognize members in attendance. David Genesi, Beth Walsh, myself, Clayton Raymond. We also have Peter Kettle, Airport Manager, and Mayor Stephen DiNatale. Members in attendance are Matt Karen and Jacqueline Marks from Gale Associates. We also have on the big screen Nick Ippolito from Gale Associates. Let's begin. We're going to begin with previous month's minutes, including special meeting minutes up for approval. David, I saw the minutes come through. Did everybody have a chance to review? And can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion, Beth?
And I'll second if I can.
Yes.
If I can second my own minutes, right?
I think you can.
Okay.
And to be clear, we are approving only June's minutes,
Correct.
and there were no special meeting minutes. Moving on, item 2, action items from previous minutes.
Do we need to vote?
I was going to say we need a vote,
We need a vote.
Mr. Chair.
I'm just anxious. Could we vote on those minutes, please? I vote yes. 3-0. Moving on, action items from previous month's minutes. All right, action item from last month's minutes. Item 2, RFP hangers awaiting commissioner for assessment criteria, which is me. I had reworded the assessment evaluation and sent it on to Mary, Peter, the mayor, and Solicitor Pusateri. We have not heard back yet, but yes, that is completed. Drone presentation, action item, Peter and Solicitor Pusateri. Peter, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, we're waiting for the document from Attorney Pusateri to give the police department the authority to go ahead and take action if people are flying in the wrong zones.
Okay.
I spoke to Attorney Pusateri today, and he said he'll have it by the end of the week.
Yeah,
And could I just add something?
sure.
And also, Mr. Kettle has agreed to join us on Inside Fitchburg for the second week in August. I don't know, I don't have the date off the top of my head. It would be, I believe, August
2, right?
11th,
Second week, yes.
and which it'll be shown on August 11th, and he's going to present do a presentation on the drones.
I love that.
Excellent.
So,
I love the shameless plug, too.
hey, you know.
So the commission meets in August? You guys don't take a month off?
No, this is Inside Fitchburg that we're having.
Oh, it's in, okay. But do we have the commission meeting in August?
Typically, we do.
We do, okay.
Yeah.
Can I add one thing there as well?
Yes.
Apparently, I made the presentation to MassDOT Aeronautics, and they want to use that presentation to all the other airports in Massachusetts.
That's amazing.
As a basis, so
That's great.
Excellent.
we did a good job.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, another item, Leominster Land Access. Solicitor Pusateri is looking to provide an easement for the land and will then present it to Leominster DPW. I don't know, Solicitor Pusateri is not here as of now. I don't know if there's been any action on that item. Peter, do you know of
I do.
anything? Yeah,
Apparently that's complete, and it just needs to be presented now.
okay. Is the attorney going to do that, or is?
Yes.
Okay. Reduced, third item, reduced fees for tie downs. We were going to reduce the fee for the tie downs to entice other pilots to the airport, and Peter, any leadway on that?
Yeah, may we address that through the old business as we go down the old business in the new agenda, please?
Yeah, it's in the agenda?
Yes.
Yeah. Fourth item, budget appropriations for hangars 2, 3, and 10. Peter Kettle.
Hangars 2, 3, and 10. Oh, yes, that was completed. We had the appropriation. We got the money from the city. We do have a little bit of a problem on hangar 10 with the door. There's about 7 companies that produce doors for that size of hangar. There's High Power, there's Diamond Doors, there's Erector Tube, there's Full Fab, there's High Fold, there's Schweiss, and there's Powerlift. Well, I contacted every single one of them, and there's only one of them that is prepared to do the installation. And I got a quote from one of the companies who actually installs Schweiss, and they came and had a look a week ago, last Saturday, and they declined to offer.
Oh.
It's a big engineering job. It really is a big engineering.
So they declined because of the gravity of the project?
Yes, they declined. And I got a quote from one of the other companies that is a service agent to one of the manufacturers, and it was double the price of the door.
Wow.
So, but Power Lift has actually given me a quotation because we got them here last Thursday. They had a look, and they said, okay, we'll come back to you. I said, all right, you've got the meat, would you like the gravy? And they said, what's the gravy? And I said, well, the gravy is that we're proposing to build 7 brand new hangars with maybe 60 to 70 foot wide doors on, and that's the gravy. So if you can do this, and he said, I'll do it.
Okay.
And we got a quotation, and it's going to be about $35,000, which is less than the appropriation that we got from the city.
So question, Peter, this needs to go out to RFP, each and every one of these items?
I don't believe so, because I now have sufficient information to go to Mary, like I did when we did the fences around the airport.
Yeah.
And I've already got more than 3 quotes, which is a requirement.
Right.
And we've got the money to show that we have one that we can actually go to. I need to discuss that with Mary, but I understand she's on holiday this week.
She was in today. I'm not sure what her vacation schedule
Yeah,
is.
I think she's on holiday, so as soon as she gets back, I'll discuss that with her.
Okay,
Okay?
all right. Item number 5, self-serve fuel farm issue, valve is remedied, was approved, everything is working safely and efficiently. I don't know if there's any action to be had, but
There's not, that can actually come off the agenda now. That's one of the items that we can take off,
Wow.
Mr. Secretary,
All right.
Commissioner.
That is so exciting to
But
hear.
there is one little thing,
Yes,
we
I
did have
just
a problem with it because the QT pod went down, which is the manual where you swipe your card, and they've just upgraded the system to give us a better service going forwards.
Excellent.
That's from the internet, so
Okay.
we
So
should
does
be
that
okay-
mean-
we should be good to go now.
So we don't need to create a new line item for that?
Sorry?
We don't need to create a new line item for that?
No,
Excellent.
nope.
being facetious.
I am.
Check.
Like to be thorough.
Airport master plan, grant offer has been issued by the city of Fitchburg. This DocuSign contract has been created and executed. Once signed, master plan can begin production. Action, Peter and Chair Raymond. Yes, we have done all that, and yes, it has been approved, and Gail is working on the airport master plan as we speak.
And we'll get an update in a minute.
And we'll get an update tonight. It's on the agenda. Fuel tank project, Gail has been working with Smart Tank on a fee proposal to add a separate valve to the distribution system so we can switch fuel between the self-serve tank and the fuel trucks. Is that?
That's another
what we're
item.
doing?
That scale is going to address
Okay.
that.
So, Nick, we are going to address that later.
Understood, thank you.
Old business, action item, Chair Raymond. Awaiting RFP to be issued, cannot issue until commission sends information of adjudication to Mary Delaney. I did send everything I was asked for in the draft to Mary's office, and we have yet to hear back from Mary. So it's ongoing. We're expecting to have that completed before August 3rd, I think it was.
Yes.
Financial review, ongoing action, Peter. We're going to have that covered in tonight's agenda as well. Moving on. No matter how many staples I use, still, things are in the wrong spot. All right, correspondence to the commission. Yes, there was some correspondence to the commission. One is a package from Gail asking for signatures for distribution of the Airport Master Plan grant, and I have yet to sign those items and put them in an envelope, but I will tonight. Promise.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
Mr. Chair, sorry.
yes.
Matt, can't this be electronically signed? Haven't you got that onto your system? So it doesn't have to go in the envelope or anything?
I'm just confirming with Mass DOT, but I believe we could do DocuSign.
Thank you.
And also received a letter from Mass DOT, just confirming that CIP meetings will begin in August, and kind of an outline of what they expect over the next 5 years. There's no action on that, it's just information. Moving on to item 4, Gail, review of ongoing work. Matt, I presume?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, do you mind if, since Nick's on the screen, if he handles A, C, and D first, and then I'll get to B when he's done?
If Nick doesn't mind, I don't mind.
Thank you.
No problem. Hi, Nick.
Hello. So I'm administering sorry for the noise here, the runway project on behalf of the Airport Commission. To update the Commission on the status, we have received the draft change order request from the contractor to add additional grounding to the facility that have deficient resistance to ground test results. So we are in the process of coordinating with Mass DOT and FAA to get their approval on the cost, and once that occurs, we can schedule the work. So that is the last piece of remaining work before we can close out the job, and based on my conversations with both Debbie and Peter, I understand that the city wants to get this closed by September. I think we're currently on track to do that, provided that we can get the change order request approved in short order. Once that work is complete, we'll move to close out the project. Any questions on the runway project?
Can I comment, Nick, please? My understanding is that those documents have been passed to the FAA and MassDOT, and they're looking before it goes through for final approval by the signatures. correct?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Yep. We want to have them approve that in draft form before we send it around for signatures, rather than send it around for signatures and then have them realize that something needs to change.
Right, thank you.
Any other questions?
Not on item A.
Okay, and then item 3, there are 2 bullets. We have received approval from Mass DOT to apply for an ASMP grant to install a backup generator at the airport. It would be adequately sized to power both the admin building and all of the airfield electrical equipment. So we will prepare a pre-application for this year's round of ASMP grants on behalf of the airport for that. As well as the modifications to the tank system to allow for bottom loading of the airport's refueler. They approved that as well, so we will prepare those 2 pre-applications on behalf of the airport.
Excellent.
Any other questions?
Nope.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, in that case, I'll hand it over to Matt for the master plan update.
I'm sorry, do we want to cover the fuel? Oh, that was that was the fuel tank?
You covered that.
Was that part of what he talked
Yeah,
about?
he
Okay,
did.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, so with respect to the master plan, since the last commission meeting, that project did receive the grant funding from the FAA. The contract circulated between those agencies, the city, and all parties necessary for that. The Gale City contract was executed on July 7th, so thank you very much for that. So we've started in on chapters 1, 2, and 3. If you can read from the update that I've provided tonight, that is the introduction chapter, the existing facilities chapter, and the existing environmental conditions chapter. I have with me tonight Jacqueline Marks. She's one of our lead planners with Gale Associates, who's going to be taking the lead on the master plan, and I'll be assisting and jumping in with her on this and working with the commission and the city on that update. I understand, Jackie and Peter, you two have set up a date to capture all of the existing facilities at the airport. Gives us an opportunity to go out there and photo document a lot of those existing conditions, which we then use to evaluate under the evaluation chapter, or chapter 5, and then start taking a look at future capital improvement plans for the airport. So all of that stuff is coming. We plan on doing that, I think, before the August commission meeting, if I'm not mistaken. So by the September commission meeting, I plan to have drafts of those 3 chapters and probably start in on chapter 4, which is the forecast, and start coordinating with the airport commission and getting your input on that, and kind of working in that fashion. The other thing that took place was most recently we have a company, Blue Sky Geospatial. They are doing a Part 77 aerial survey of the airport to capture basically an overview of the airport and all of your protected surfaces, which are going to be included as part of the airport layout plan, which is a requirement by the FAA as part of this master plan. Any future projects that the Airport Commission comes up with gets depicted on that airport layout plan. They're not eligible for funding unless they make their way onto that ALP, as we call it. So that survey and that analysis is going to go a long way in helping us produce that airport layout plan. So that work's done, which is great. Any questions on the master plan?
Yeah, just one question,
Yeah.
please. It might be a stupid question. Blue Sky Geospatial,
Yep.
can that affect the approach plates?
In what regard? I mean, if there was like obstructions to to a
Right.
surface that they found, I mean, it's possible. I
So
mean, if we
does-
identify obstructions, we would want to make sure that we're addressing those, but
Right. So does-
fortunately, the commission's acquired 34 abrogation easements over the past several years to keep those, those trees is what they are, out of the approach surface.
Well, you're aware of the problem that we're having with getting the approach plates to as the pilots would like them at Fitchburg. So I just wondered if Geospatial will actually, Blue Sky will actually talk to the FAA at any time.
I suppose if there was something that we discovered in their data collection efforts that required them to, but they wouldn't go and do that just on their own, and be something that we'd request them to do.
Right, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any other questions on the master plan? Okay, I think the only other thing I'd add while I'm up here, Mr. Chairman, you did mention it, there was the CIP meeting with Mass DOT and FAA. So on an annual basis, the funding agencies, Mass DOT and FAA, meet with the airports to go over the next 5-year capital improvement program to see what's changed, to see if priorities have changed, if something needs to be moved up or something can be either pushed off to a later date or can be taken off the CIP altogether. That meeting is currently scheduled for August 19th at 1:30 p.m. It is going to be via Microsoft Teams, I believe, electronic meeting. And so I think everyone's welcome to participate, just don't, I guess, trigger a quorum, otherwise it would have to be, publicly noticed, but otherwise, I know, Peter, you've attended those in the past, usually the chairman attends, and maybe one other individual.
Right.
So,
Okay, thank you. You should be on that.
any other questions for Gail? Okay, thank you.
No?
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 5, update, Fitchburg Pilots Association, September Young Eagles event. I don't see anybody here from the Fitchburg Pilots Association. Peter, have you heard from them?
Yes, I have. September the 25th, they're requesting approval from the Commission to hold the Young Eagles event. There's no rain date, just September the 25th from 9 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
What is that, Peter?
The Young Eagles, where they invite the people young with kids from 7 to 18 to come in and have a free flight.
Oh, is that right?
Massachusetts
Okay.
and back again.
Yeah.
It's good for aviation, really, and good for the
You make
airport.
sure you let Joan know, put that in my calendar so I
Okay.
can come down and say hi and
Right. No, excellent, that'll be good.
maybe cop a free ride or something, I'll go up in your plane.
Of course.
In your plane, okay.
course.
You still owe me one, so.
I do.
Okay.
You have to have the $100 hamburger, though,
The date was
Uh,
September
so-
19th.
September when?
September 25th is a Saturday.
25th, okay, great.
And what time is that again?
9 o'clock
9
a.m.
a.m., okay.
So I have a motion to approve the Young Eagles event on September 25th.
Second.
And I'm
Vote,
off. I approve.
3-0.
I do have, so this won't interfere with Impanima's event in September, because I know they're doing September, October.
No,
It's the-
no,
Okay, I just,
different days.
we'll have a busy event schedule in September, it
certainly will.
sounds.
Hot September.
All right. Thank you, Peter.
No, not finished.
Oh, you're not finished?
No,
Okay. You go right ahead.
Because we have an agreement with the Fitchburg Pilots Association, i.e. implemented the increase of 2.2%, and they've accepted it, so they've been billed as of August the 1st, the extra 2.2%. So,
Question, Peter.
yes.
The 2.2%, is that part of their lease? They have a long-term lease, or is that are they, oh, the FPA, did you say?
Pilots Association.
Okay, but
Not
they have a long,
FACT.
right,
Right.
but
Yes,
they have a
do.
long-term
Yeah,
lease?
they do.
All right,
And that's the maximum that we can actually do.
2.2.
2.2%.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
welcome.
Item 6, new business. Item A, crew car.
Yeah, the crew car was offered. I sent an email to Mr. Scott Winnick confirming that I'd put it through to the Commission and the Commission accepted it. And he's bringing that car down on the basis that whoever takes the car uses their own insurance to insure the car because he's not going to pay for the insurance, which is a fair request. And I believe every pilot would take that on in any case. So it's a big asset to the airport to have a crew car.
So we need a vote?
So I don't understand. If this car doesn't have insurance,
It has their own insurance because they come down here from Vermont and they've got business down here. They get in their own car and they drive it. But if somebody comes in like a captain or somebody from one of the jets and they say, have you got a crew car? Yes, sir, but please fill in this form. It's just you signing that your insurance will be used to cover that car. That's the way it's done at all the airports around North America.
It's like doing it, when you rent a car, you can opt to use your own insurance.
Absolutely,
too.
you can.
So it's the same.
Yes.
All right.
I assume that Attorney Pusateri is happy with that.
I am. Let's keep it moving in the right direction. I just had the thought to flip that over to our insurer, just to make sure that they are aware that this service is being
Okay.
provided. And I just thought of it right now while you were
All right.
speaking, sir.
Okay, thank you.
So we're not looking
Peter,
for a motion
who
today.
is the vehicle is already provided?
Yeah, Scott Winnick. He's a businessman from Vermont, and he loves Fitchburg. He used to be a pilot here before he moved. And he said, now you've got the new runway, you're going to be getting jets in. Would you like a crew car? I will donate one.
Wow. And Fitchburg loves him. We love that.
Absolutely.
So is it is there a requirement? Does it have to be a Caddy or a Lincoln or
Oh, no.
a luxury vehicle?
No, it's
or
just a mode of transport.
just any
Yes, sir.
okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. My understanding is it's a little Volkswagen Golf, which is perfect.
Okay. Fine. So what's it transporting? People?
The captain
Pilots?
and themselves, when they come in, sometimes they'll bring businessmen in, like
Okay.
for Utz and
Yeah, the chip company.
Peterbilt
Yeah.
and these people.
Yeah.
And the captain and the co-pilot actually stay in the airport whilst they go away and do business for 5 or 6 hours.
Okay.
So they said, do you have a crew car? Well, we don't, but we're getting one. Great, we can go down and get lunch, we can go and have a look at this.
Right, I see. The crew, the actual pilot.
Actual crew
and his-
themselves, yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Great.
The only caveat is they have to support a Fitchburg business if they're going to get lunch.
We'll put that on the,
We'll put them on GPS.
Yeah, they can only leave and go
David
left.
will-
They
will
have to
tell
go
them where
left
he-
when they leave.
Yeah, when they come out of the airport.
They have to go left.
Driveway, they gotta go left, right.
So do we need a motion, Mr. Chair, on that yet, or we're going to table that? Because Mr. Kettle said we need commission's approval.
you're looking for approval from us?
No, he just wanted to know that you guys were happy
Oh,
with it.
okay.
That's all, it doesn't need approval.
Okay.
He just wanted to know that you were happy.
I'm excited,
Right.
I'm giddy.
yes. Item B under new business, minimum standards, Peter?
We found the old minimum standards for the airport. They were published in 1987. So there's no way that you can take those 31 pages and convert them immediately to Word. So Debbie's doing that. And then once she's done that, we're going to look at it and make amendments to bring it up to date. Because one of the big things we've got is that people are trying to come through the fence to work on aircraft. When we have FBOs in the city already, in the airport, that are paying a substantial amount of money per month to do work on the planes. So we're going to write it and word it, and I've spoken to the Massachusetts Airport Management Association and also to George Pentelli, and he said, you're doing the right thing. Just make sure that the minimum standards come to me and let me look at them and verify, and then pass them to you to make sure that everything's legal, and we'll get them published. So it's going to take a while to do, the typing, because Debbie's got a lot of things on her plate in any case, and she does it, in her spare time. So.
All right, so just to add to that, we're not excluding somebody from coming to the airport to work on aircraft. We're just setting some minimum standards for them to do so.
Absolutely right.
We're a grant-assured airport.
Absolutely
We
right.
can't exclude anyone from doing business on the airport, but we can come up with minimum standards, which may be difficult for them to reach, but it's minimum standards are minimum standards for a reason. Has to do with insurance, a place to work on the aircraft, and so forth and so on. So, thank you, Peter. We'll leave that on the business, old business for probably a while. All right, moving on to old business. Item A, drone presentation.
Done.
We're covered that under action items. Item B, RFP solar farm. We leave that as a placeholder because we are still want to entertain a solar farm on the airport. It's just it's not economically feasible to do so right now. Item C, land access rental, Leominster DPW.
Attorney Pusateri is here. I explained when we went through the previous minutes that you'd got that in hand and it was almost complete?
Yes, so they did send me a plan, and I'm gonna say it was not more than 2 weeks ago, but I do have a final plan from them, and I have to follow up for them. I've incorporate the information from the plan into the document and get that circulated. It's on my list to do. The problem is, I think they're gonna need to, they're gonna have to bring that to their city council, and I think us to ours, for approval for the mayors to sign, because both mayors are making certain agreements regarding the use of that land. So it's gonna be also, so it's not gonna be out of my office and done, complete. It's gonna be out of my office and then into city council.
We're going to leave it on the old business,
Yes.
because it's just something that's,
Yep.
until it's completed, we're going to lose track of it.
Big piece of scrap paper.
Item D, Ipanema Productions, old business, how is that going, Peter?
We had a meeting at the Fitchburg Police Department
Do you see that?
on Monday with the Leominster Police, the Fitchburg Police, MEMA, the Massachusetts Emergency Management Association, getting a little bit tongue-tied, to discuss this because there's going to be 7,000 people in attendance on that Sunday. We discussed the roads, what roads were going to be, how they're going to be used, etc., and also safety at the airport, because we have an active airport when this function's being held. So the document that Carlos gave us, who's from Ipanema Productions, actually showed that the whole event's going to be encaged. There are certain areas within it where there's going to be like a headquarters. So there's going to be the police, the fire department, ambulance, all in one area. And we're all going to have the same link, so we know exactly what's going on. And there's going to be 7,000 people there, as I said. It's going to close at 8:30 and finish at 8:30 on Sunday night. It starts at 2:30, so 6 hours. They've got a guy who's as well known as the Beatles were in England, coming from Brazil, to actually perform. So there's people are calling me every day from Boston saying, "You've got a Brazilian event going on. Can we come?" I said, "Don't speak to me." So I gave him the phone number for Carlos Silva, who's the guy who's responsible for it. And there's a lot of people. He's already got 5,500 people confirmed coming. Wow. So it's a massive event. For the airport, it's all about safety. I've got all of our people working on that day from 8 in the morning until 8:30 at night. So we've got our coverage. And we have an active airport, we have an active runway, have another active runway around it. And that's all going to be fenced off using the snow tape and stuff like that. So, you know, we'll be there, we'll be visible, we'll be watching everything that happens and maybe hear the singing as it goes on, so.
Awesome. Love the tourism impact.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Item E, self-serve fuel farm.
Huh? Oh, yeah, beg your pardon. Okay, we've done that, haven't we?
We have, actually.
Yeah.
Item F, tie-downs.
Yeah, that was a difficult one. I should have listened to Attorney Pusateri before sending the document out, but thank you, sir.
Let's record that.
We did. That's fine.
The only time I think we'll ever get that on.
Yes,
That's not true.
That was
That's
pretty
not
sweet
true.
to hear.
That's not true. As you know, we wanted to reduce the tie downs from $88 a month down to $50 a month to entice new people in, maybe from Stowe because they're thinking of closing and selling the airport, and from other airports as well, because 50's a good deal on the premise that they will be here and they will buy the fuel. So we'll get the money in. And I sent it out to everybody, and one person came back who is a business owner down at the airport saying, "Oh, that's nice. My land lease is based on $88 a month, so if it goes down to 50, do I get a reduction?" And immediately I rescinded the letter that I'd sent out. I told everybody that I'm not doing it. So now we have a meeting with the FPA Co-op LLC on the 25th of September. That's the only time they're available.
Okay.
And I said, "Okay, that's great, thank you, 10 o'clock in the morning." So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
And we're going to renegotiate the old lease.
Yes, good.
Okay? So thank you for that.
Thank you, sir. No.
All right, item G, RFP, 7 to 9 hangars. This is ongoing.
We addressed that, didn't we? Because you actually gave the
Action items,
adjudication.
we are
Yeah.
waiting, well, we're waiting for the RFP to be, to go out. And I don't know if, I know Mary has it on her table, and the commented draft should be with Mary and also Solicitor Pusateri.
It's off of my, I will say that Mary Delaney is going to have been delayed. The mayor has been really working her to the bone with this event that he had today.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
And
that's
she's
right.
on vacation this week.
Is it this week?
Yeah, so she's on vacation this week. She actually showed up for our event, and then I went to call her on another matter, and she was on vacation, so.
Yeah,
It seems to be up on the list to get done in purchasing, so we were expecting it shortly.
okay.
I believe we've satisfied her requirements and your requirements as well. So, with all good intent, I believe it will be published on August the 3rd, as originally planned. So,
Okay.
Can I just inquire?
Yes,
You're done with your input into the RFP.
yes.
So once Mary's all set, we can just put it out to publication.
That's my understanding.
Do you need to see it, I'm sorry, do you want the commission to see it again, or no? Just,
No,
okay,
no.
okay.
Item H, hangar 2 and 3 roofs. Peter Kettle?
actually, Peter Kettle stroke Russell Karlstedt, the facilities director. Russell was going to put the specifications together because he had a better idea than the one that we got proposed. But notwithstanding that, the person that made the proposal can still put in a bid because it will still do the job. But Russell Karlstedt has just been on holiday this last week, and he's promised to get it out by the end of this week. So we're good to go with that. And once those specifications are done, that RFP will go out for bid.
Okay. Is that something we're trying to get completed before winter?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've requested Mary to put it on and to get it done by the end of October, early November.
Okay, yeah, and she's aware of it,
Yes.
yeah. Item I, hangar 10, new door.
We covered that.
We covered that in action items. Item J, Titan, the badging of the fuel trucks and the self-serve fuel, and we were waiting for shirts for the
That's right.
personnel.
Yeah, but we can take that off. That will not be on next month's. That's done. I just wanted to say that the only thing we're waiting for now are the shirts to come in.
Okay,
So I'm hoping to get them before we have the event, the Ipanema
yeah.
event, which will be nice.
Item K, airport fence and trash.
Yeah, there's been ongoing letters with Nick Bossanetto, and I copied you commissioners on it. And the latest thing is that Nick is actually getting a, what's it called, an investigation into the logistics of doing what we want to do. He came back to me saying that there was 2 areas of concern, and one of them was that Chief Martineau must be looked at, or to find out, to see if he's got the information for the main crash that happened last Thursday, where we've got a massive hole through the fence now. A massive, did you see it coming in? Yeah, massive. Right. Right.
It doesn't even look like they're on the curves.
No.
Yeah.
They're, I mean, honestly, it looks like someone like literally just drove straight in.
Did you see the skid marks?
I didn't notice.
40 to 50 feet of skid marks before getting there.
Is it because they don't know the turn is there? Or they're just there horsing around? Is that what it is? Yeah.
It has to be.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Millennials.
You know? Yeah. So basically,
It was me, I was late for an appointment with the mayor.
we got some,
All right.
for the rumble strips.
We're gonna
that's-
have, is that what you think would help with this?
But he also, Nick also said that some of the signs that are up there are wrong. He's going to put the latest signs up there.
Who did?
You're talking
Bossinetto.
about Commissioner
DPW
Bossinetto.
Commissioner, okay.
Yes.
That's his forte, traffic.
Right.
So, yeah,
So,
okay.
and they're doing an investigation into it. He said it could take maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But the good thing about this, well, not good thing, but maybe we could get an ASMP grant immediately to fill those holes up, because this is security for the airport.
Right.
That airport's absolutely open now. Absolutely open.
Peter, have you noticed anybody horsing around over there? Anybody?
No,
Okay.
no, but if they are going to, they'll do it at night.
They must have gone right into the
Oh, they did.
airport. I mean,
They
it was,
did.
it was crazy.
They did. I mean, it's a big, big hole.
Yeah.
So that's ongoing. That's definitely going to stay on old business. So, by the other way, the other thing, I did speak to Travis, the site manager at AKS, and he actually has a new little truck that he sends out once a week to pick up all the trash along Crawford Street.
Really?
So he's cleaning it up, which is
Well,
good.
that's under new ownership, isn't it not? AKS?
Yes.
It is,
Yes.
yeah.
But Nick's still the Travis, sorry, is still the manager.
Okay, who is?
Travis,
Oh, I don't know him. Yeah.
he's the site manager.
It used to be, was it Chris Karras?
Don't know.
He used to own the business, he and his brother,
Right.
but I think they recently sold it to him.
But they have an agreement with us to pick that trash
nice.
up.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Good.
Yeah.
So yes, just to comment on the fence situation, I mean, the fence now is a relatively inexpensive fence that we keep repairing, but eventually we're gonna have a very expensive fence, and we're trying to get a handle on keeping cars from popping into it. Hopefully we can figure that out prior to a 10-foot aluminum or steel fence that we anticipate to have in the next 3 or 4 years.
Right.
It's been an ongoing problem ever since I've been on the commission.
Yeah.
I think there's multiple reasons. People either going too fast or not paying attention, or every month this is a surprise.
Peter, is there anything we're ready to have complete with this fence issue by the September events we're having? Meaning, we're having 7,000 people at the airport.
We are.
We're gonna have a giant hole in the fence.
But it's about a mile from where the event's going to be.
Okay, all right, okay.
And in order to get down, you've got to go down some quite heavy terrain.
Okay.
Through trees and everything else.
So you don't foresee that being
I don't, but I still think it would be nice to get somebody to come in and block it up.
understood?
You saw the email that I sent out, and I'd just like to read a couple of paragraphs. Again, we cannot stress the importance of getting some form of protection for the fence to keep us in line and to provide security as a whole to the airport, as we are an FAA grant-assured airport and need to satisfy the requirements of overall safety, and not just the fence, but access, egress to and from the airport.
Right.
Furthermore, we are planned on the current CIP capital improvement plan to receive a new 10-foot high fence around the airport within the next 2 years. And at that time, we will definitely need support from whatever happens on the roadside to help with the protection of the airport fencing. So everybody knows about it, and, you know, we've just got to keep at it, just keep on it.
Right.
So,
All right. Item L, 2.2% increase in subsequent consequences.
yes, that's,
This is separate from the 2.2% for the FPA.
yes, it is.
Yeah, okay.
With your agreement, if you remember, we introduced a 2.2% increase to every single tenant on the airport that didn't have an agreement with us. Because some of the increases are only 1.75%, and they take place in January of each year. So I've got a list of who to apply to what. And this, again, is something that came up where we need to talk to the FPA Co-op LLC about, what we're going to do. So hence, the new lease will be, well, an amended lease will be written once we've got agreement.
So this is for tenants at will?
This is for tenants at will. This is for every tenant on the airport.
Okay.
The tie downs, everything,
Okay.
everything. And that went out, well, it'll go out this week, I believe, from the treasurer's area.
Yeah.
They do the invoices, so,
Okay. So the tenants have been notified?
yes. Oh, yes.
All right.
A month ago, as we're supposed to.
Yep,
So,
30-day notice.
yes, sir.
Any objections received?
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nope.
It's got to be expected.
Yeah. Well, the one we sent out last year, it was a 10% increase, and there was a little caveat in there, but however, going forwards...
Getting soft, Peter.
No, I did say in the letter that as we go forwards,
Struck a nerve.
it will be the cost of living plus.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
David, did you want to say something?
No, I'm good.
Stretching your arm.
Yes, I was just scratching my head.
I thought you were
Apologies.
going to say, are we done?
No.
That's coming. All right, item F, financial review, approval of commitments and abatements. I see there's a $28.93, I would say overdue.
It's an abatement. We're giving it back.
Okay,
Basically, we had a gentleman named Mr. J. Thiel on the airport that had a tie down, and we got a space in Hangar 11, and he is in partnership with one of the people that has an aeroplane already in Hangar 11, and he requested to go in there, and he went in the middle of the month. So I immediately upgraded his price for the remaining part of the month, but I didn't take off the part that he was paying $88 for half a month. So I worked it out to the actual 365 days in the year,
yeah,
and divided it through, and it came at so much per day. So we need to abate $28.93 to Mr. J. Thiel.
all
I'd
right,
already pushed that through to the treasurer,
yeah.
and she's actioned it because you guys gave me the permission to do that. So I just wanted to put it through you, that's
That is
all.
correct, thanks for
Okay?
letting us know.
Right.
Manager's operation report, is
We're
there
done.
anything more to add?
No.
Peter is silent.
You sure there's nothing else, Peter?
No, unless you have
What are
something
you
for
guys
me.
doing?
That's it?
That's it?
That's it. You see, I don't...
Moving on. Item H, executive session, none at this time. Date and time of next regular meeting, August
Oh, wait a
25th,
second.
2021
Out of order.
at 6 PM.
Out of order.
Perfect timing. It's over.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.